Hi everyone, I'm Amy and welcome back to my yoga channel. So today I thought we'd do just a really quick sequence, some stretching for cyclists. I've not long got back off the bike myself this morning, so I thought, right, perfect timing. I can just hop on the mat, I can do some stretching, and also I can sort of guide you folks through a nice little sequence as well. So it's all good. So to begin with, we're going to come onto kneeling, into a nice kneeling position. So drop the bum onto the heels. I've been feeling quite a bit of tension through my shoulders and my neck the past couple of times I've been on the bike, and I know this is a really common thing for us when we're out on the bike. So we're going to just work through some stretches through the back of the neck, through the shoulders to begin with. So if you just kind of come to a kneeling position, yogi's choice. If you want to close down the eyes or leave the eyes open, it's entirely up to you. And we're just going to do some neck rolls. So take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, drop your left ear down to the left shoulder. And we're just going to rotate round really slowly in an anti-clockwise direction. Coming back to centre. We'll do that one more time on this side. And again, coming back to centre. We're going to switch up. We're going to roll clockwise direction now. Just do that a few times. And then come back to centre. From here, we're just going to do some chin to chest stretches. So take an inhale. And as you exhale, just drop the chin down to the chest. Inhaling to come back to centre, and as you exhale, just drop the head gently backwards. Inhale to centre, exhale chin to chest. Inhale back up, and exhale, drop the head gently back. As you inhale, come back up to centre. We're going to interlace the palms. Bring the arms up above your head, and on your next exhale, we're just going to drop round down to the right, feeling the stretch through the left side body. Take an inhale to come to centre and exhale, repeating on the left. So drop down towards the left, feeling that stretch all the way through the right side. Again, inhale to come back up and exhale over to the right. Inhale centre and exhale once more on the left. Inhale to come back to centre. We're going to interlace the palms behind the back. And just gently broaden through, roll the shoulders back, broadening through the chest. Drop the head back. And just feel the stretch across the chest. Stay for a couple of breaths. And on the exhale, just release, just shake the arms out slightly. Just kind of wiggle the shoulders around. And we're going to come into an all fours position. So bring the palms to resting on the mat. Knees, hips width distance apart. Wrists in line with your shoulders. And your fingers nice and spread onto the mat. And from here, we're just going to do a couple of thread the needle. So on the inhale, I'm going to lift the right arm up, broaden through the chest, gaze comes up. And as you exhale, we're just going to hover the arm through underneath the left arm. Inhale to come all the way back up, to really stretch through, feel the twist. And exhale, drop the right arm underneath the left, just hovering above the mat. Just going to do that one more time. So inhale as you broaden through the chest. And exhale to release. Just hover the arm above the mat. Inhale to come back to neutral. We're going to repeat on the left hand side. So on your next inhale, lift the left arm up, broaden through the chest. And as you exhale, Just thread the left arm underneath the right, hovering above the mat. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale. Thread it through underneath the right. One more time to inhale, broaden through the chest, feel the twist. And exhale, threading underneath the right arm. Inhale to come back to neutral. And we're just going to bring the bum to the heels again. I'm just going to stretch the arms out in front of us. Drop the forehead to the mat. Let the knees come gently out to the sides. Just feel the stretch all the way through the back. Releasing any tension. Couple more breaths. And on your next inhale, coming back up onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under and come into our first downward facing dog. So you're going to push the hips up and back, extending, lengthening through the spine, lifting the tailbone. If it feels good, just have a slight bend through the knees here. A little bend through the elbows. Pedal out the legs. Bring your feet so they're hips width distance apart. And just take it nice and easy, just stretching through the backs of the legs, through the hamstrings. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Gaze comes towards your navel or the tops of the thighs. Keep the head nice and relaxed. On your next inhale, turn your left foot out to the mat, bring the right foot through. We're going to rise up into warrior one here. So bring the arms up, gaze comes up towards the thumbs. Keeping a bend through the front right knee. A couple of breaths. And then on your next exhale, we're going to twist, bring the left foot up, so your heel is off the mat. Keep the bend through the right knee, and we're just going to twist ourselves round to the right hand side. Gaze comes over the right palm, over the right shoulder towards the palm. A couple of breaths here. And on the next inhale, coming up into crescent lunge. As you exhale, we're going to drop the left knee down, bring the palms to the mat. Take an inhale to raise the right arm up. Taking a little twist here, gaze comes up towards the right palm. As you exhale, bring the right palm down. If it feels good, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want to take the stretch a little bit deeper, just come down onto the elbows here. Just take a few breaths. Really feel the stretch as your glutes engage. Feel the stretch through the hip flexor. And all through the hip area. Take an inhale to come back up onto the palms. Just going to step the right foot back. We're going to lower down through plank. Inhale ourselves up to upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back into downward facing dog. So just taking everything nice and slow, stretching everything out. Again, pedaling out the legs, having a slight bend through the elbows. Your fingers all spread out onto the mat with your pointer fingers pointing towards the top edge of the mat. And just relax the head and the shoulders. A couple more breaths and we're going to repeat on the left hand side. So on your next inhale, we're just going to bring the left leg through. Turn the right toes out, rising up into warrior one. Gaze comes up towards the palms. Giving a bend through the front left knee. Hips facing towards the top edge of the mat. Just take a couple of breaths. The next inhale, just bring the back foot up so that you're coming more into a crescent lunge position. You raise the back heel, and as you exhale, we're going to take that twist again, but round to the left-hand side. Gaze comes round to the left palm, gazing over the left shoulder. Option here to drop the back knee down, top of the foot to the mat. If that feels good, just stay like this. You can always come back up with the knee raised off the mat as well. On the next inhale, bring the arms up again, rising up into crescent lunge. As you exhale, bring both palms to the mat. Drop the knee down if you have the knee raised. Take an inhale, twist round to the left-hand side. Left palm comes up, gaze towards the left palm. Just feeling a nice twist here through the spine. A couple of breaths here. And on the exhale, I'm going to bring both palms to the mat, staying here if this is enough for today. Or coming a little bit further and just bringing the elbows shoulder width distance apart onto the mat. And the fingers nice and separated out. And just focus on your inhales and your exhales. On the next inhale, bring the palms to the mat. Tuck the right toes under, step the left foot back. We're going to lower down through chaturanga, the elbows tucking in towards the ribs. Inhale to upward facing dog and exhaling back into downward facing dog. I'm just going to take a couple of breaths here. Again, pedaling out the legs if that feels good. Not going to stay here for too long. And on the exhale, we're going to drop the knees. We're going to come back into all fours position. We're just going to do a couple of rounds of cat-cow just to warm up through the spine. And again, to release any tension. So take an inhale. And as you do, bring the gaze up, drop the belly down. And as you exhale, round through the spine. Gaze comes towards the navel, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, drop the belly down, gaze comes up. And exhaling, rounding through the spine, gaze comes towards the navel. Inhale back to neutral. As you exhale, we're just going to set ourselves back into a kneeling position again. So bring the bum onto the heels, bring the knees out to the side. We're just going to take that stretch one last time forwards. So you bring the palms, stretch them forwards onto the mat, forehead onto the mat. Let's take a few nice long inhales and exhales here. Then when you're ready, we're just going to walk the palms back, coming back into kneeling position, bringing ourselves to laying down on our mats, laying down on our back. Just going to bring the knees into the chest, give ourselves a little hug, rock and roll from side to side. And then bring the arms out to a T. Just going to drop the knees to the right hand side, so keeping a bend through the knees. Just going to drop them down to the right, gaze comes up towards the left palm. Just taking a nice twist, releasing any tension through the spine. On the inhale, bring the knees back up to centre. And on the exhale, just drop them down to the left hand side, gaze comes towards the right palm. And on the inhale, bring the knees back in towards the chest. Give ourselves one last little hug. And on the exhale, we're just going to release the legs down. We're going to bring ourselves up into a nice cross-leg position. Bring ourselves to facing the edge of the mat. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Namaste. So thank you so much for joining today's practice. I hope that you have taken something away from it of benefit. And hopefully next time you hop on the bike, you should feel a little bit better. Obviously, kind of keeping up a little bit of a stretch routine is always good. And I know that we don't always have the time to kind of devote a lot of time to it. So if we can grab like 10 minutes after we get back, just to roll the mat out and give ourselves a little bit of a stretch, then it's all good for us. So, and we should reap the benefits next time we're out on the bike as well. So there you go. Anyway, so if you like this video, don't forget to click a like, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe, and I will see you on the mat next time.